Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Fathima Ifra Adka. 안녕하세요 여러분. Chana chanare hosan wasil. Wanyang Hamida. Hope I pronounced it. Don't worry, it's been 1 year since I'm learning Korean. So I can read Korean, I can understand around to 30 to 40% of the Korean words. I can't say like I'm fully 100% sure, but there are some words obviously I understand, but when it comes to sentence making, yeah, it do takes time. Okay, the way I started speaking this topic, so you already know that how my journey to learn Korean started. So let's get back to the topic. So the first time subscribers are watching first time my channel, if you haven't seen my introduction video to the Korean culture, so I'm going to tell you that my life journey for loving for the Korean culture started back in 2017. This all started with the K-drama and everything came rest in place. So that's how my journey started. So my passion for Korean drama at like immense like started growing, and I was one of few type of people who like watch Korean drama till morning till 6 p.m. 6 a.m. and there was not stopping me because I watch each and every genre of K drama and everything. Yeah, sometimes I used to watch in mute, but that don't have any fun, and watching and learning, hearing those Korean words and conversation and everything. Yes, that is more fun to watch. So, how I started my journey and pushed myself to learn Hangul. Hangul is known as the Korean language. It was introduced by King Sejong back in 1400, and before they were using Chinese characters to learn Korean, but that was more difficult. So he introduced the word Hangul, which is very beautiful and one of the toughest language to learn. It's not that easy, and my journey, how I started my Korean to study is like for 2017 to 2018, I was just watching K drama, and around 2019, I was like, okay, this language sounds fun. So what shall I give some try to it? But before that, I used to know only few phrases like "Hannyeonghaseyo," "Sarange," "Kenchana," all the small words which we hear in K-drama, way, otoke, ramen mogul, everything. Those things you know. But I wanted to learn with characters, with vowels and consonants and everything, along with the grammars. So that made me more interesting. And I was like searching. Then I was like, okay, you know what? There is YouTube. So I went to YouTube and like let how to learn Korean language beginners. So it was much more it was sounding much fun, but when they started explaining all these grammars, I'm like, okay, this is little bit getting me more confused, and I was like, no, I have no interest learning Korean like this. Obviously, we are not a student anymore. A brain has freezed from that study portion for a very long time, and to get back to that, it needs a lot of work. I was like discovering many things from Google, and I found this app. I was like looking for something for free, where I don't want to spend money obviously at first. So then I found this app, Duolingo app, and this caught my attention, and that's how I started learning words. This app is very useful if you're learning the vowels and consonants and small words, but it does not teach you full Korean language. But initially I used to start learning the vowels and consonants of the Korean language and small word joining each vowels and consonants, and I started creating those. And things got like I used to be like every day going through this app, and due to some personal reason I stopped in between, and then COVID started, and I like took a 2 years long break, but I used to still watch K drama. But me studying Korean language was like out of context, and it did not give me any motivation like I have to study Korean language. It was like one time go through, and I'm like, okay, I have to be like, I don't have any interest to learn. But around in 2022, when I was selected as a K-food brand ambassador for Middle East, and when I started to learn few Korean words and everything, and which I got into more learning for Korean food, I'm like, okay, I need to learn Korean very seriously. I have to take it in a very serious mode, and that's how I joined found through the Korean Culture Center, that KCC Abu Dhabi, and I was looking for something in online, and they had the course online as a beginner's one, and that's how I started my journey through King Sejong Institute. Is one of the best institute to learn Korean language worldwide. If you're looking for it, it's more affordable for everyone out there. It's not at all costly, and the teachers are so amazing and everything, and you have so much activity going around in this institute. You have metaverse way of learning, and today if you see, and lots of online classes, and this got my attention and I was so happy about this. It's King Sejong's first book. Recently, they have changed the book and design of this. This is the old version of the book, and it looks something like this. And that's how I started my journey. It took me to finish first course. I think they have like 3.5 4 months course, and I'm so happy I have done this. It started around September October time and got end down in the first week of December of my Sejong one level. When I joined the summer class, you can't say summer because the autumn, no, the spring class, and that was around in the month of February. It started. After that, I was like, I'm not going to look back, and this got me more interested. My writing of Hangul has improved and everything, and each word is pronunciation. Yes, you won't be expert in the first phrase, but eventually when you keep on studying uh, throughout, yes, you will learn more, and that how I got introduced. And after this I'm like, okay, I have to study more. I want to improve my reading skill, understanding the meanings. So I bought few pocket dictionaries from the library. It has Korean and English, and these are like helpful if you're looking for some words and everything. But anyway, you have many Google Translator, but more than Google, the Papago is very good app to looking for any translation in Korean. Is one of the best app, gives an accurate meaning of it. And yes, and I after that I use that. So those were the books, and after that I like bought many books like to read Korean to improve my Korean style. And this is one of the short stories in Korean, is for intermediate. But actually what I discovered about this is that this author is not Korean, but is someone else, Ollie Richard, but this is translated in Korean. So they have same stories, same thing in different languages. Like if you are going to learn Germany or anything and everything. But I thought it would be easy, but it is more tough. But it's not typically a Korean story type thing. Yes, I will not recommend this for anyone, and this is one of my worst purchase for the Korean. I think my in this year February I started my King Sejong 2 book, and after this I have improved a lot, where I can, I'm not like 100% or anything, but yes, I do improve compared to my first Sejong. I have completed my 2 course, and inshallah in September they're going to start summer class, that will be Sejong 3. So I'll be taking that class as well. And alongside I got this beautiful traditional folk tales in Korean and English. I think this is one of the good purchases I made after I finished my Sejongs too. I wanted like to learn folk stories and everything, because short stories, so you understand meaning more easily. When we study anything new language, we always read small stories to make it more briefly, whether it be English, whichever language you're learning. So this is very useful, and I think this is a must buy for the, especially for the beginners as well. And I really enjoyed it. It starts with small stories and it goes up to big, depending on your speed level. But at least few chapters they have small stories, very, which is very useful, and you can just keep on repeating those chapters every now to understanding meaning, to improve your Korean and everything. So this how my journey started. It was just magical. I never thought in my life, being at this point of life, that I would study again, and I would study a language which was totally I was not sure about till the year of 2016. I know there's a country called South Korea and everything, but I have never know they speak Korean language, but I never know how the calligraphy, how the return of Korean looks like. To be frankly, I'm very speaking, because I knew how Japanese language looked like, how how Mandarin or Chinese language looked like. But about Korean, I know they speak Korean language, but what it is called as, and how the languages look like, what are the vowels and consonants they use, the numbers they use for counting and everything. This was something typical and something out of the box. And I always tried learning Japanese and Chinese, but Chinese more difficult. This Japanese you could give a try, but this was way out of my box, and I put my heart and soul to study this language, and I want to master it. But along with that, there was one more surprising event happened. That was the every year King Sejong do this speech contest, and as a beginner, because I'm just finished 1 and 2, so I'm in the beginners level, and this took me a big courage, and I participated in the King Sejong speech contest. Even though I was not memorizing, but I was looking at the my speech and I was reading, and I was very proud of myself. As a beginner, I could stand in front of everyone, front of the teachers and everything, and I could speak over there, and this gave me more guts and made my Korean speaking in public more courage. Even though my conversation is not much into it, there is conversation class which I'll be joining soon in Sejong Institute as well, because you're learning Korean and having conversation is totally a different thing. Even though if you know all the words, it is beautiful, but the way you speak to people, the way you talk is totally different. How you address us, because today's people sometimes use shortcuts and everything. So I think it is different. I want to improve my more conversation class. I can say I'm now good in reading and writing the Korean, but conversation, yes. And one more thing, I'm even participating in KBS speech contest as well. Because of King Sejong speech contest, I got more courage to participate in this as well. So look to my channel, I'll be posting the video of that one. And yes, and I have bought my conversation Korean this thing to start a small. This is very cute and very nice, and I think everyone can buy this one, and it is fun. Yes, and it's not that tough, it's good. I have like few books to study a Korean, like trying to improve my conversation. This is like short stories in Korean, and with along with the meaning. So it's not that short stories, but yes, you can learn new words every day. Practice your Korean, learn, try to understand the meaning. And this one as well, this is like two intermediate one. I think it's not for the beginners. I think I bought this from Amazon. I thought it might be having the good stories, because they have written short story collections, but after I got it, so this is not recommended for the beginners level, and especially the beginners level. And I think don't buy these books, and this one as well, because they have written short stories, but it don't have the short stories. I think this book is good, and even this book is also good, so go for this one, and you can go for this one, but don't rush too much. Keep on practicing, like one chapter like 3 4 6 maybe 10 times. Keep on repeating unless you don't look for the meaning and you understand the meaning by yourself. I think that will help your Korean much more. And that's how my journey started. And I love like now when I watch few dramas, or when I see something, I can understand, I can read out quickly, but I don't say I'm like 100% into that. Maybe after one more session I will make my Korean more perfect, because Yes, because of these stories, I'm learning Korean as well along the textbook. Is just don't go just only in the textbook. And I follow few Instagram page as well where they like influencers where they teach Korean languages, give small readings of Korean words, paragraphs, and these things. And those are the like very good page and highly recommend that. And even that also helped me, like they whenever their post comes, whenever I have free time, instead of like fully into Instagram, I just go there, study those few words and come back. So it even teaches me in that way as well. And I don't use much Duolingo app. I think it's just like if you are a beginner, if you want to learn the word alphabets or letters, I think it's okay. But to have proper Korean conversation, it is not a much recommended app. And they say even there is more app where you can like speak to people and everything, so your conversation of Korean takes place. But I'm trying that as well. I never tried it, so I'm giving chance to that maybe in the future, but not right now. I'm not much confident in speaking Korean so boldly. Yes, I know few phrases and few conversation, small greetings and everything. But yes, this is my journey. 안녕하세요. 만나서 반가워요. And please do subscribe to my channel and show lots of love. Thank you, everyone.